In this video, I'm going to talk about growing black sapote. The black sapote, or chocolate pudding fruit, is an interesting fruit tree from Mexico. Before we get too far into this video, I do want to clarify a bit of a misconception. The fruit does not taste like chocolate pudding, I am sorry to say. That name comes from the texture and appearance of the ripe fruit. I think the best way to describe the fruit is as a very mild but sweet mousse. I really enjoy it out of hand, but most people find they need to add it to something to up that flavour a little bit. It is a very mild fruit. The trees need a tropical or subtropical climate, and temperatures below freezing will damage the tree. Mature trees can handle freezes to about 2 degrees, 3 degrees Celsius below zero, but those temperatures will kill a younger tree. Trees can handle a wide variety of soil types, from your beautiful sandy loams all the way down to your lighter clays. Heavy clay, if there is absolutely no drainage, would be a problem, but your lighter clays or clays on a slope are fine for the black sapote. They need good irrigation, and when irrigated and fed well, the trees grow very quickly. Fruit is harvested before it ripens. When you're looking to harvest your fruit, you're looking to see whether the calyx at the top of the fruit has started to lift up around the edges, like you can see in these fruit here. Once that calyx has started to lift, then that fruit is ready to pick. It is not ripe yet. If you leave fruit on the tree, they will ripen, but black sapote are best eaten when they are completely soft. And if you leave it on the tree until that happens, they'll just fall off as a sloppy mess. So it's really best to harvest them at this stage, then leave them on the bench to ripen fully. And don't be tempted to eat them early. Really wait until they are very soft. They'll actually look like they're a bit past their use bite, to be honest, but that's when they're really at their best in terms of eating. Black sapote flowers not only look unusual, but they can actually be male, female, or perfect, or in other words, self-pollinating. And those three types of flowers can exist on the one tree. Or you can have separate trees with separate kinds of flowers, so you can have a male-only tree, a female-only tree. Most of the named cultivars are self-fertile though, so that's not a concern for your average grower. Trees are easily propagated by seeds, and I'm actually not going to deter you from growing seedlings. One of the best fruiting trees I've ever tasted is a friend of mine's seedling tree, and it was producing within 3 years. So they grow quickly, they produce quickly, even from seed. Although there is that very small chance that you'd get a tree that only produces male flowers. Unlikely though. But if you want to be sure of a variety, like most fruit trees, it is best to graft on scionwood from a known cultivar. There are quite a number of named cultivars that have been chosen for their specific qualities. The larger tree you've been seeing in this video is at my local botanical gardens, and it's a mayher, while the smaller tree growing at my property is a mossman, which is known for its very large fruit. Another one I have experience with is Bernica, and when I grew that, it grew an awful lot of very delicious fruit, but I actually didn't like the growth habit of that tree. It was constantly trying to grow along the ground. I think a lot of that has to do with where the scionwood comes from, and this is an experiment I want to do in the future. But it seems, just from my own grafting experiments, that if you take scionwood from a lower branch, the tree will tend to grow sideways or outwards. Whereas if you take it from the top of the tree, the grafted scionwood will grow up. This is a phenomenon I've read about before, and I think, based on what I've seen, it must apply to black sapote. So that was a quick look at the black sapote, and while not an earth-shattering fruit, I do find it to be very nice, and the trees are excellent producers. I hope you've found this video useful, and please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching.